This is the second part of the video lecture on the topic of disposition of property by testamentary succession, that is on the topic of wills. Now, in this part, we will consider the importance of making a will, and if suppose a person dies without making a will, then what issues may arise. So we will compare testamentary disposition with intestate succession, and after the discussion we can realize that it is very better mode to dispose of the property, thereby executing a will. Ordinarily, in the absence of will, upon the death of any person, his all property naturally and automatically devolves by effect and operation of law, that is as per the rules of inheritance, upon his own all heirs. So when person dies without making a will, then his property devolves upon his all heirs. It devolves automatically as per the effect and operation of law. But when such person does not wish that his property should naturally devolve merely upon his own heirs, or if he does not wish that each and all property should devolve only upon his own heirs, then in such a case he may dispose of his all or any part of his property as per his own wishes, thereby making the will. So if a person dies without making a will, then his property will naturally devolve upon his all heirs. But if suppose he do not wish that his property should devolve merely or only upon his heirs, or suppose he do not wish that his all property should devolve merely upon his heirs, then in that case he can make a will, thereby making a disposition of property in favor of any person of his choice who need not be his heir. So if any person wishes that after his death his property, or at least its part, should be given to any particular person of his own choice, which may include any stranger person and not necessarily his own heir, then he can fulfill his wish, thereby making a will. So by making a will, he can give his property to any person or institution of his choice. Now take one example. one person was initially belonging to a very poor family. Since he was having good talents, one charitable organization provided him financial support for his higher education. After completing his higher education, that such person got a good job, employment, then he earned a lot of money, then he acquired a lot of property. Accordingly, such person becomes a wealthy person. Therefore, such a person, such a man, believes that said charitable organization has been doing great work for the society. He wishes to donate some of his property to said charitable organization. Take another example. Such a wealthy person is now age. He is of old age. He has one married son, but that married son does not take any proper care of his parents. Besides that married son, suppose said wealthy person is also having one daughter, married daughter, but she is very poor because her husband is poor. But then also, said married daughter and her husband takes a lots of care of that man. That married daughter takes lots of care of her aged parents. Therefore, because of his feelings of affection towards his poor daughter, said wealthy man now wishes that some larger share of his property should go to her than that of his son. Now suppose in the absence of will, his son and his daughter, they will equally get same share, one and equal same share. But here that man wishes that since because her daughter is taking a lot of care of him and he is having some feelings of affection towards his daughter, besides that his daughter is also poor, she is also poor, so that man wishes that his daughter should get some larger share than that of son. Then in that case, how he can fulfill his wishes? First option is to make a gifts during his lifetime. Make a gift to a daughter, that poor daughter, or give a donations to that charitable organization during his lifetime. But if he makes such gifts during his lifetime presently, then he will be deprived from the enjoyment of his property during his lifetime. So making a gift during lifetime is not good option. So how he can fulfill his wish? What are his wishes? He wished to donate some part of his property to that charitable institution which has provided him financial support during his needy days, and he wished to give some larger share to her daughter. So he can fulfill now his wishes, thereby making a will. So disposing of property by making a will. Now we will also compare it with the intestate succession. Suppose if any man, wealthy man, who is a Hindu, here Hindu also includes Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist or Jain. Suppose any Hindu person dies intestate, that is, he dies without making any will, then his absolute property devolves firstly upon all his preferential heirs, that is class 1 heirs, it is this property will devolve as per the provisions of the Hindu Succession Act 1956. So if any man dies without making a will, then his property will devolve as per the provisions of Hindu Succession Act, firstly upon his preferential heirs. It is also called as class 1 heirs, and it is mentioned in the schedule to that act, Hindu Succession Act. So how many categories of relatives are included in the class 1 heirs? 16 categories of relatives are included in such class 1 heirs. For example, the 14th category of such class 1 heirs is a daughter of a predeceased daughter of that man. That means 14th category of such preferential class 1 heir is a great granddaughter of that man who died without making a will. This act says that, Hindu Succession Act says that, if suppose that man does not leave behind him any of the relatives which belongs to the class 1 heirs, then in that case his property will devolve upon those relatives who are class 2 heirs. So in the schedule to this Hindu Succession Act, the list of class 2 heirs is also mentioned. There are 9 groups of class 2 heirs. In the first group of such a class 2 heirs, the father of that deceased person is included, and in the second group of such class 2 heirs, a brother and a sister of that deceased person is included as an heir. Now take one example. Such a one wealthy Hindu man dies, leaving behind him, surviving only three relatives. First relative is his brother. His brother is very poor person. Second relative is his sister. His sister is younger sister for whom he is having love and affection. Younger sister. And third relative which he left behind him is his great granddaughter. Great granddaughter means a daughter of predeceased daughter. Now here said great granddaughter, that is daughter of predeceased daughter of that deceased man, is a class 1 heir. Therefore, his all property would devolve upon only upon such great granddaughter, and thus his poor brother, his lovely younger sister, both of them will be deprived of from inheritance to the property of that deceased person. Why? Because his said poor brother and his said lovely younger sister, they belongs to class 2 years, and that his great granddaughter belongs to class 1 years. So as per the law, when there is any class 1 year, then all property of that deceased person will devolve only upon that class 1 year, thereby totally excluding class 2 years. Now suppose that daughter of predeceased daughter, that is great granddaughter, suppose she is herself belongs to very wealthy family, and in fact she do not need any property, but his brother who is poor, he needs some property, and his sister with whom he is having some love and affection, it is his wish that some of his property should also go to his sister. But in case of devolution of property by way of inheritance as per the Hindu Succession Act, his poor brother and his sister will not get any property after his death as per the law of succession, as per the law of interstate succession. And this is the exact problem of interstate succession, that is law of inheritance, when a person dies without making any will. So in this example, it is better to execute a will. Execution of will is very better option for disposition of property in favor of those person with whom the person making a will is having special love and affection. So we will continue our discussion on this topic in the next part.